How's it going, everyone? Pop-Tart here. Welcome back to the Aeroteam channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build the Embraer E145 regional jet in 1:1 scale. This tiny masterpiece was designed by Aeroteam members Mind and Warrellas, and its building was actually time-lapse with some pretty interesting live commentary by Mind regarding building techniques and all that. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Pretty cool stuff. So, as I mentioned, this is in 1:1 scale, meaning that 1 meter is equivalent to 1 block exactly. If you're working on an airport project or something, this will be perfectly to scale with all of our other 1:1 aircraft on the channel. As for the aircraft itself, it's a very small build, so this shouldn't take us too long at all. We do have one thing to worry about in the way of configurations, though. So there's actually 3 different variants of the E145. The first two, the E145 LR, or long range, and the E145 ER, or extended range, are essentially the same aircraft on the exterior, the only difference being upgraded engines and fuel capacity, neither of which impacts the build. So this version here can serve as either the long range or extended range. Now the third variant, the E145 XR, or extra long range, features 2 prominent developments on the exterior of the aircraft here. We've got the winglets, and as well, the addition of the Strakes on the rear of the fuselage, which you don't see in the LR or ER variants. And I'll be showing you how to optionally add both of these modifications at the end of the video, depending on which version you'd like to build, so just keep that in mind. So before we get started, one last thing to mention. This build does make use of our custom Aeroteam texture pack for things such as 3D models and custom slab and stair colors. A download link to this pack for Minecraft 1.13 can be found in the description below if you don't have it already, but if you're stuck using the default texture pack or some other pack for whatever reason, I'll show you workarounds you can use for the default pack. This build should still work perfectly fine in default, but I highly recommend using the Aeroteam pack instead, as it'll look much better. Now with that all out of the way, let's get going on the tutorial. So first things first, here's some dimensions to help you figure out where you want to put this. This aircraft is 30 blocks long, 7 blocks tall, and 21 blocks across with winglets, or 19 blocks across without winglets. So just make sure that you have enough room for that when you start building. As for our materials, in the Aeroteam pack here, we'll be using the wool block coupled with purpur stairs and slabs for a wool coloration like this. I'll be referring to these as the wool stairs and slabs for the purposes of the tutorial, but in default I'd recommend using something like smooth quartz or whatever as a white texture alternative. But using wool here in the Aeroteam pack not only allows us to give the aircraft a much shinier and smoother coloration, but also use quartz for accent details such as doors. And now that we have all that figured out, we can get started with Layer 1. Alright, so if you are building this landed on the ground as I am here, you'll want to start, instead of leaving a gap for where you'll be building this, you'll want to start just in line with the ground right here. Half a block space, basically, as we're building on a top slab layer right here. So don't go any higher than that or leave any more space as we usually do for larger aircraft. If you're building this in the air though, you don't have to worry about that, and you can just start wherever you like. So once you have all that figured out, we can get going with building this aircraft. So you'll start off here with a row of 10 wool top slabs going back. I have 2 here already because I just started with that, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 going back, like so. Grab a birch trapdoor and place that coming off of the forwardmost block right there, back to the front. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a wool texture to blend in with the wool materials. In default, just use something like an iron trapdoor or whatever. That's going back from this. We're going to grab our birch trapdoors again, place these out from both sides of that last block right there, the last top slab that is, and then 2 top slabs back from both of those, like this, and fill that in right there. Next, grab a brick slab right here and place a brick top slab going back from that center block. This is for the beacon light on the underside of the aircraft. And then 5 wool top slabs going back from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And box this all off right across like this. Next, place, let's see, 3 top slabs going back right here. 1, 2, and 3, just from the center that is, with a birch trapdoor out to either side from that forwardmost block right there. This will smooth off the wing box right here. And then to finish off Layer 1, just grab a quartz slab and place a quartz top slab going back right there. And this is for the cargo door on the left side of the aircraft, as you can see. In default, if you are building the entire aircraft out of quartz, you can try accenting this door with something like cobblestone instead, like this. So you have a cobblestone texture for all of your doors and whatever, just to make them pop out from the aircraft. But using a white texture like this in the Aeroteam pack is much more correct coloration for accent details. Anyways, with that all done, that's just about it for Layer 1. So for Layer 2 here, first thing we're going to do is come up to this trapdoor that we placed there in the first layer, place 3 layers of snow on top of it. 1, 2, and 3. Then 6 layers of snow right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Block going back from that, and 7 snow layers this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next thing we want to do is place a stone button out to either side of that wool block right there. And now we have to get a stone button on the side of this snow layer right there. So to do this, what we're going to do is drop a temporary block out to either side right there. Place a stone button on the side. Grab a stick. This is with world edit, that is. Type /repl0 to switch this over to the replace tool. Select by left clicking, break that, and paste it over that wool block right there by right clicking, like this. And that will trick that button right there into staying on the snow layer. If you don't have world edit though, it's not too crucial of a detail to worry about, but it does help to improve the build. Once we have that though, we can throw away that button. Next thing we're going to do is place a block of wool back from that snow layer right there. On the left side only, we're going to place a quartz full block off just like this, and then just a block of wool on the right side. And actually on the right side here, then a block of quartz right there, and a wall on the left side. This is for the forward doors here of the E145, and the L1 door is actually set a bit farther forward than the R1 door is, so that's what this is for here. And with that, we can move on with the windows. So grab a stair, place a wool stair facing backwards right there, block of wool back from it, and a wool stair facing forwards. Since the E145's windows are spaced a bit more widely than are usually seen on aircraft, this pattern here gives us a solid block of space between each window as opposed to a half space like this with just a row of stairs. So once we have this, we're just going to repeat it one more time here. So you've got your stair facing backwards, wool there, stair facing forwards, and same thing on the other side here. Stair, wool, and stair forwards, stair backwards, wool, and forwards, like this. The next thing we're going to do is have a stair facing backwards, block of wool there, and this time we're going to grab a quartz stair and place a quartz stair facing forwards like this. This quartz stair is for the overwing exit, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. So, stair facing backwards, wool, and quartz stair forwards. Oh, there we go, like that. Next, we're just going to repeat that pattern one more time here. So, wool stair facing backwards, wool there, and stair facing forwards. And then just a stair facing backwards right there from it. And that will do it for the windows. So, same thing on the other side here. Stair backwards, wool forwards, and stair backwards right there. Next, grab your wool, place 3 blocks back from both of these stairs here. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. 2 top slabs back from these. Then a quartz slab on top of that top slab in the previous layer to finish off that cargo door. Wool slab back from that to fill in the gap. Then 2 blocks going back, and 2 top slabs to finish off the rear of the fuselage. And that is everything for layer 2. So for layer 3 here, first thing we're going to do is grab a quartz full block, place that right there on top of that wool in the previous layer. That'll finish off the left forward door right there. Then a wool top slab forwards from that to finish off the gap for the cockpit right there. Next, place 19 wool top slabs going back from that quartz full block right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. On the right side here only, on top of that quartz full block right there, drop a quartz half slab right there to finish off the right door. And then 8 wool half slabs going back from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right there. And then just 9 on the other side here, starting from that wool block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 right there. Next, a quartz half slab right there to finish off the overwing exits. And then 9 wool half slabs going back from both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Like this. Now to finish off the detailing on the top here. Let's see, from that first from that first wool top slab right there, what we're going to do is grab a lever. Leave a space of 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then place a lever flipped facing backwards there for an airfoil extension on the top of the fuselage. Next, back from that, grab a red carpet and place that on top right there for the beacon light on the top of the aircraft. Then grab a jungle button, leave a space of 1 right there, and then 1 and 2 jungle buttons going back, like this. In the Aeroteam pack, the jungle button is a wool texture to blend in with the wool materials. In default, just use a stone button instead. Next thing we're going to do though is leave a space of 1 right there, then another lever facing backwards right there, space of 2 this time, and a second lever right there, just like this. Now to finish off the layer right here, just place 4 blocks of wool going back from the top slab right there, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Should line up right there. Then just a lever right there on the back of the back face of that wool block that we just placed. This is for the APU at the rear of the aircraft. The E145's APU is very strangely pointy, so yeah, that's what that's for. Anyways, that will do it for layer 3. So now that we have the fuselage of the E145 complete, the next thing we're going to move on to is the vertical stabilizer. So what we're going to do here is come down to this last lever on the top of layer 3 right here, leave a space of 2, and on the third block here, place 2 wool half slabs going back. Then 4 blocks of wool back right here to line up with the back of the aircraft. Skip that first block. On the second there, place a black wool full block with 3 blocks going back from it. Up to the side of that first one, place a jungle button on each side, like this. Then a black wool full block right there on top of that first wool block. 2 back from it right here. Then 6 layers of snow on top of this first wool block right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 7 snow layers right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that is it for the vertical stabilizer. And to finish off the T-tail of the aircraft here, we're going to put in the horizontal stabilizers. So grab a cobblestone slab out from this first 6 snow layers right there. Place 2 cobblestone slabs out to the side, 1 and 2, and then 2 more out at an angle like this. Back from that last one right there, a stone slab right there, then a stone brick slab in towards the center, and 2 stone brick slabs back from those cobblestone slabs right there. These stone brick slabs here for the elevator detailing on the trailing edge of the horizontal stabilizers here. And we'll just do the same thing on the other side. So, 2 cobblestone slabs out to the side, 2 back at an angle, stone slab back from the last one there, stone brick slab towards the center, and 2 stone brick slabs there. And that'll finish off the horizontal stabilizers. That's what we're going to be doing here, is putting in the wings of the E145. So come down to the wing box right here on the first layer. Not counting that trapdoor, but skipping these 2 first top slabs right there. On the third block right here, place 2 cobblestone top slabs out to the side. These cobblestone slabs rather, are for the slat detailing on the leading edge of the wing, as you can see here. So, we have 2 slabs there already. Place 2 top slabs now out at an angle like this. Next, grab a spruce trapdoor and place this out at an angle right here. In the Aeroteam pack, the spruce trapdoor is a cobblestone texture like this to blend in with cobblestone detailing. But in default, just use an iron trapdoor or something like that as an alternative. Then from this, what we're going to be doing is placing 2 trapdoors on top of that now, coming out to the side, just like this. And then 1 more out at an angle right here. So this is on the bottom half of the next block up, rather than the top half of the previous layer. Then, for now, what we're going to do is grab a string and place that right here. Actually right here out to the side from it, with a red carpet on top of it. This is for the beacon light here on the edge of the wing. Then grab a, I don't know why I don't have it in my inventory, but a dark oak trapdoor right here. Place that back from the red carpet right there. In the Aeroteam pack, again, this is a stone brick texture to blend in with stone brick detailing. Again, in default, just use an iron trapdoor or something like that. Next, we're actually going to place another one on the top half of the previous layer down here, like this. So we have a kind of a double layer of the trapdoor. Then bring this just 2 more towards the center on both levels, like this. Then a stone brick top slab this time out to the side right there. And then just coming towards the center, 1, 2, 3, and 4 stone brick top slabs in at an angle just like this. And that'll do it for the wing outline. And just like the cobblestone slabs were for the slat detailing on the leading edge, the stone brick slabs here are for the flaps and ailerons and all that at the trailing edge of the wing. Now that we have the outline done though, what we're going to do is just fill all of this in. So grab your iron trapdoors now, place 2 of these in right there to fill in that top gap right there. Then just 1 more in from that row of 2 spruce trapdoors right there. Grab your stone slabs now and just fill in this entire layer like this. And that'll fill in the top of the wing. Now that we have the top done, to finish off the layering on the underside of the wing, grab a stone slab right here, place a stone top slab back from that cobblestone slab right there. Then 1 out from that stone brick slab right there, and then an iron trapdoor out from it, just like that. And that'll finish off the bottom of that layer right there. Now to finish off the detailing for the wing, what we're going to be doing here is grabbing birch buttons. So the E145 has a set of wing fences towards the outer edge of the wing right here. What we're going to be doing is just hopping down here and placing birch buttons on the underside of these trapdoors right here, facing sideways like this, kind of lengthwise down the wing, just like this basically. And same thing on this trapdoor over here. Birch button facing sideways. Next, we actually have to get a birch button under this carpet right here, and that is not going to work well in vanilla Minecraft. If you're familiar with our build style, you might be familiar with what's going to be happening next. But if you have access to World Edit, grab a stick, type /REPL0 to switch this over to the replace tool, and select that button right there by left-clicking on it, and just paste it over the string right there, and that will trick that button into staying underneath the carpet right there without breaking it. So with that, that is the wing complete. As I mentioned, we'll be adding the winglets in at the end of the video, so all you have left to do now is just mirror this on over to the other side of the aircraft. One thing to keep in mind though before you do is that on the other side of the aircraft, this red nav light here will be green, so make sure to switch that out for a lime carpet as you're building. But yeah, other than that, it's exactly the same wing on the other side, so just go ahead and mirror that now. And this is what your finished wing should look like mirrored over to the other side of the aircraft. Again, as I mentioned, you'll be switching that red carpet out for a lime carpet on this side, so I just figured I'd mention that before we built it instead of after mirroring it over like I usually do, just to save you the trouble of fixing that button up a second time. And if you forgot to switch it over to the lime carpet for the green nav light here, just make sure you do that now. Anyways, with that, that is everything for the wings. So with the wings done here, the last thing we're going to do is put in our 2 Rolls-Royce AE 3007 engines. So just come down to the rear of the fuselage right here, grab a birch trapdoor, put in the engine pylon right here with a birch trapdoor coming off of that top wool slab right there. Grab your wool, place 4 going forwards from this now, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with an acacia button out to the back right here. Again, in the Aeroteam pack, this is a black button texture, and default just use a stone button. Now that we have the core of the engine done here, to finish off the shaping for it, grab your birch trapdoor, place 3 of these across the top 3 blocks right there. On the outside here, just the first 2, closed against the side right here, like this. Then underneath here on the bottom, 2 wool top slabs this time, and then a birch trapdoor right there against the top half of that block. That'll give the engine its kind of bulbous, sloping nature. Then to finish off the intake cowling here, just grab your iron trapdoor, place an iron trapdoor coming off of that top slab right there, and an iron trapdoor off of that birch trapdoor right there. Then one against the inboard side right there opened up, and one off of it, just like this, and that'll finish off the engine. And we'll just be doing the same thing on the other side for our other engine. So, birch trapdoor off of that half slab there for the engine pylon. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4 wool going forwards. 3 birch trapdoors across the top, 2 top slabs, and a half slab right there. Or not a half slab, a birch trapdoor. 2 trapdoors opened up against the side. Acacia button on the back for the exhaust. Then 2 iron trapdoors there, and 2 opened up vertically for the inlet cowling. And that's everything for our Rolls-Royce AE 3007 engines. And with that, that is the exterior of the Embraer E145 LR done. Since this is in such a small scale, we really don't have room for an interior as we usually do with all of our aircraft, so we're just going to be leaving it at this. What I'm going to be doing next here is showing you how to convert this over to the E145 XR by adding the winglets and strakes. If you're not interested in that though, if you'd like to just leave it as it is here, then just skip right on ahead to the landing gear. Timestamp for that will be in the description below. Anyways, with that, let's get going on the XR conversion. So let's get going on the E145 XR. First thing we're going to do here is add in the winglets. So we come down to the tip of the wings, find this trapdoor right here, the top one, place a wool stair facing forwards out from it, like this. Then, next thing we're going to do here is drop a dead brain coral fan on the back of it. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a vertical wool slab model. In defaults, you can try using something like an upside-down wool stair like this. It'll be a bit bulky, but at least it'll get the point across. But yeah, this is a much more accurate model here too for the curvature of the winglet itself, to use this vertical slab, which is why we do it. Once you have that, the last thing we're going to do here is grab a snow layer, and somehow we need to get 5 snow layers on top of this coral block right here. So in order to make that happen, what we're going to do is drop a temporary block on top of it, then just go anywhere and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 snow layers. Grab a stick, /Ripple 0 to switch this over to the replace tool, select that by left-clicking it, and get rid of that, and paste it over the temporary block just like this. And that'll finish off the curvature of the winglet. If you don't have World Edit, no worries. A wool slab like this will probably get the point across well enough, but since we do have the ability to use this little trick, we take advantage of it. So we'll just be doing the same thing on the other side here for the other winglet. So, wool stair coming off of that. Dead brain coral fan on the back for the vertical slab, temporary block there, and paste over the 5 snow layers, or again just the slab in default. Anyways, that's it for the winglets though. Next, to move on to the strakes at the back here, what we're going to do is find this last wool block right here. We'll leave a wool slab out from it like this, with an upside down wool stair coming off of it right here, and then a wool top slab just like that. That'll make these little strake fins at the back that are an addition in the E145 XR family. Same thing over here, so your wool half slab right there, upside down wool stair, and a top slab off of it, just like that. And that will finish off the XR. So once you have that, that is the in-flight aircraft complete. So if you're building this in the air, you are done with this tutorial, and you can skip right on ahead to the end of the video. If you are building this on the ground though, as I am here, next up we will be building the landing gear. In a scale as small as this, putting in the landing gear is really more annoying than it is complicated, but we'll do our best here. What we're going to be having to do is put a player skull underneath this top slab right here, which really isn't possible in vanilla Minecraft. So what we're going to be doing is, let's see, knocking out these buttons right here, and this snow layer, and this top slab just to give us a working space right here. What we're going to do is have to drop an armor stand down into the ground right here to get that skull to line up. So, let's see, knock out this block right here in the ground, and the block beneath it right here. Grab a half slab, drop that right there in where the that cap is, so you have a 1.5 block space basically. Grab an armor stand now and place that right here, kind of as forward, horizontally aligned as you can right there. I'm not the best at placing them, but there we go. As for the skull itself here, this is the skull that we like to use here at the Aeroteam. It's this very wheel-shaped player skull. I have absolutely no idea how we got it, but we have it, so I unfortunately can't link you to any command to give it to yourself or whatever. But if you do come across another wheel-looking skull like this anywhere, I would recommend to use that for the wheels here on these 1-to-1 aircraft. Otherwise, if you can't find anything like that, I would recommend just using a wither skeleton skull instead, to as kind of like a blackish tire material looking thing. But yeah, so you just use a wither skull like that on your armor stand. Since we do have access to this other skull though, this is what we like to use instead. So this is what your wheel should look like here. Next we have to actually get the floor back in place. So what we're going to do for this is, in my case, this is the blue glazed terracotta is what we need to get back in there for this marking that I have set up. But you just grab whatever block you had to knock out there. drop that right here, 2 blocks above, and grab a piston. Place 2 of these facing down right there into that block, and then just grab a block of redstone and power both of those down to push that into place. That'll fill in the floor there. You can throw all of that away now. Then just put your wool top slab back right there. I have no idea how many snow layers I think that was. I think it was a full block. Yeah, not even snow layers. Okay, so wool and buttons on either side, like that. And that will finish off the nose gear. So we're just going to be doing basically the same thing here for both wings, but minus the part that it's at the nose. So yeah, let's see, where we're going to be putting this is right here, from this innermost stone brick top slab right here. Knock that out, that's where the armor stand will be going, so just dig 2 down right here. Slab down in there, armor stand right there in the gap, kind of as horizontally aligned as you can get it. That's probably about as good as I'm going to be able to do here. Then just drop the skull in right there, or again, wither skull if you don't have access to that. Now, here's where you just do the same piston trick as I did up there at the front to get the ground block back in, but since I'm lazy, here's another thing you can do. Select that block with world edit and //stack, and that'll just push that in there. Again, though, if you don't have access to world edit, that piston trick does work wonders. So just drop that stone brick top slab back in place, and that is your main landing gear done for the left side. So we'll just repeat this on the right side here. Again, this innermost stone brick slab right there for the flaps, knock that out. 2 down, slab right there. Armor stand, and your skull right there. Stack that floor block, and stone brick top slab right there to fill in the wing back up right there. And that is everything for the landing gear. So, congratulations on completing this aircraft. We hope that you enjoyed building it, and we hope that you enjoy having it in your Minecraft world. Thank you so much for choosing an Aeroteam design. Hundreds of hours of work from all of us here at the Aeroteam go into all of our aircraft to make these designs possible. And on that note, we do ask that if you use our designs, then please do give us credit for our hard work. Feel free to build this on a server, or any kind of airport project you intend to publish or share in any way. You're most welcome to use our designs, that's why we publish them. But if you do so, you must give credit to the Aeroteam. This can be accomplished as easily as a sign anywhere around the aircraft saying designed by the Aeroteam. And if you share this anywhere on social media, just give us credit equally. That's all that we ask. And if you have built this aircraft, let us know. We'd love to see how you're using our designs. So with that all out of the way, that concludes this tutorial. Again, thank you so much for building this aircraft. If you enjoyed, you can check out our other tutorials via the playlists in the description below. If you like this, you might find something else from us that you like too. And if you do find that to be the case, then please do consider subscribing to the Aeroteam channel to be the first to see our new aircraft when they come out. That's just about it though. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.